Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are continuing the reading of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. We're on part 2 of chapter 13, Getting into the Right Business. If you missed any of the previous readings, they're all under the playlists. And I am doing live readings every day. However, what in the kitty litter, y'all? I think I forgot to post the last couple days, but I'll make it up to you because we got like 3 videos coming today. And so I think I mentioned a couple weeks back, like giving myself grace. There was a part of me saying, oh, what's the point? I'm not going to do it. The point that the reason why I wanted to give myself the challenge of posting every single day on YouTube, starting in the beginning of the year, which I have. One day, I think I missed, but then I post 2 videos the next day. But I just realized because I've been doing a lot of work. Also, I've been trying to cut back on my intake, and I think my mind was just somewhere else. But regardless, I feel so proud of myself for having posted every single day until, half of the year. And I will continue to, so don't be worried, but giving myself grace. I'm human, and this is the real life example. I'm not going to beat myself up because I forgot one day. But yeah, give myself the challenge of putting extra videos out, but just staying consistent. That's the whole point. Staying consistent and really going all in this year, because that's what it's all about. Many of you know I was a therapist. I worked at, 9 to 5, salaried therapist. I worked for other companies, even if it's part-time, but I was always kind of connected to something outside. But I decided, and it was through life circumstances too. Your life will always put you in situations that call forth the highest version of yourself, and you don't have to answer the call. I sure didn't for many years. But are you going to do what is it called? The word is going to pop up like toast. Rise to the occasion. Are you going to rise to the occasion of what life is showing you? And if you are in tune with what you truly want in life, the desires, everything you truly want, don't be surprised if uncomfortable, challenging situations, seemingly uncomfortable, challenging situations present themselves. Because how we were living before, we were comfortable. We were playing it safe. And so it's okay for there to be times of turbulence or times of not knowing or worry or doubt. That's why I do this work. That's why I do this work every single day, because I need to do it. And I am just so grateful that I have come to a point, I said this in the last video a few days ago, that I do these live streams. I come on and I feel so comfortable in my skin. I feel so confident. Why? Why is that? Because I do the work every day. And am I perfect? No. There's days when I get off, I fall off the wagon, and that's when I feel least confident. That's when I start questioning, like, what am I doing this all for? Who the hell cares? Like, well, but I think about my younger self and what pulled me out of the darkest moments of my life. It was people like me now who don't know who the message is going to resonate with. Like my earrings. But we're all going through something. New seasons, new level, new devil. And you can be that voice. I say this because if you are somebody who wants to create, who wants to speak, who wants to put your voice out there, do it. And if you're afraid, get help. Ask for help. There is so much information for free. But if that's all it took to change our lives and see actual shifts in our reality, everybody would be doing it. There's so much free education. I mean, even when I was younger, you could go to the library for free, but a lot of people didn't even want to do that. Now it is on our tablets. It's on our computer screens. Free 99, baby. And that's where most people start, of course, because you're finding out what you want, what speaks to you, what messages resonate, what teachers resonate. And I've shared my story before about being so upset, so angry with the universe, with God, that I felt I was doing all the work. I'm a good person. My heart's in the right place, but I feel like I just keep failing, or I'm just not getting there, wherever there was in my mind. It's a feeling, it's a knowing that I am truly being myself. And I was upset because I would hear other people who were growing and learning, and I didn't even know them personally. I would see them online, but I saw a piece of myself in them. And they would talk about their mentors and working with certain people. And I was like, I'm so mad. How come I thought I was going to be on a walk in the woods and run into some yogi or like master, sensei, master. That's not how it works. I have to go out and look for it or pay for it and pay for it. And so I remember I love Les Brown, I love Bob Proctor, and I went to my first seminar. It was like $2,000 for a 3-day seminar, which was like bananas to me. Like it was like the biggest deal of my whole life. Now, as I always say, cut to 6 figures later of me development, investing in my personal development, not even to mention the 6 figures I invested in my traditional education. I regret nothing, nothing, because it has gotten me to the place of confidence. And I was just thinking, it's not about the material things. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Taurus. I love me some nice things. And I prefer nice things and I get myself nice things. Okay. I used to feel really guilty about that. I don't care. It's a preference. However, when you're growing and building, the success markers are not the things. Because when you're truly growing and building, what you're investing keeps going out like financially wise. Because I was just thinking, like, I am in the most prosperous time of my life, independent. I don't have it like a job. It cracks me up. Like, I don't have a boss. I am in full control. I have agency. I have independence. I have freedom. And I set my own hours. I create my own schedule. But I get up every day and I feel so enthusiastic and so energetic about what I'm doing because I have a burning desire for it. But what got me there? Because I used to be the person working 9 to 5. I used to be the person, I mean, I think that's funny because I never really did that till I was older. It was like a few years. But anyways, I used to bartend and, do all sorts of things. Not all sorts of things. I just used to work at a restaurant. And then in therapy, right? Traditional, you know, a part of a practice. I couldn't call the shots, to be honest, although I was really blessed with just great bosses. And it was a positive mental attitude. I was probably always the like happiest employee, and they always gave me the best because of that, by the way. All about attitude. Anyways, side note. But what got me here? I am where I've always wanted to be. Right here, right now. I am where I've always wanted to be. Free, earning income, doing what I love. Really, I remember sitting there, it was probably in 2020 or 2019, and I said, I had my big desk, just like I have now. Huge. I mean, it's like 6 feet. My desk is big, and it's like 3 feet wide. This is the biggest desk I could find. I used to use my kitchen table, this gorgeous, huge kitchen table that I got. Oh, it was so huge. But I plopped it right in the middle of my living room in my old apartment, and it was like my desk, my studio, counter, all this. But I have books stacked. I have all of my things that inspire me. And I thought, I just want to share this and get paid for it. That's what I'm doing now. Like, whatever you truly want, you have to make a decision and you have to get uncomfortable. You got to make a decision and you have to get uncomfortable. And that's why we need people, mastermind groups, even if it's just like a membership to a community. Like, I'm a part of many communities and I share with you guys my Penthouse frequency community. Are you living in the penthouse? It's all about vibing. It's all about being with like-minded people, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And that's a monthly membership that I offer. I'm going to talk more about that. I really haven't talked about it, but it's all my information is always below in ways to work with me, whether it be a one-off, one-on-one, or packages. I have a lot of people that I work with packages because they like to do EMDR, and EMDR is not something that you can do in like one session. It's traditionally for trauma and stuff, but whatever you're working through, it's really helpful. But when you want to do that deeper work, whether it be working towards a goal, erasing those limiting, you can't erase them, but like turning down the on switch to those neural pathways that keep you stuck in your current way of behaving. And so I'm going to do more videos on the specific modalities that I do, but I just feel so lucky, and every single thing that I've done has led me here. And in ways I just feel like I'm getting started, Because that's how it should be, like beginner's mind. Like I'm always new. So right now, I'm just so grateful for being where I've wanted to be. And that's the starting point of it all. To get here, it was not comfortable and not pretty. And there's a lot of doubt. That's why we have to surround ourselves with cheerleaders and people who believe in us and support us. I think I just watched a video yesterday. It's just been on my mind. It always is on my mind about people who are afraid to ask for help. Oh, they're too prideful. That's what it was. We allow our pride to hold us back from asking the questions and asking for the help that people have already figured out and they already know how to do. We want to figure it out ourselves. That's a waste of time. I've hired so many people in the past 2 months. Do it. Take my money. Rack up the credit card. It's for my business. I know that it is an investment. I'm going to get a return on that investment. And I just get to relax and they get to, do their area of expertise and help me. And I just get to create and have fun. I'm not all the way there yet. Like I'm building out my own websites and courses still and doing all this stuff. But I'm learning a lot and it feels good because I know every step that's happening behind the scenes and it feels really good. Anyways, this was a long tangent. This will be talking about chapter 13. I'm gonna edit this out. No, I won't. I won't. Anyways, I'll have to do another video on this topic. But anyways, we left off chapter 13, part 2. I mean, part 1 last time. We're in part 2, chapter 13, where it says, desire is a manifestation of power. The desire to play music is a power-seeking expression and development. The desire to invent mechanical devices is also a power-seeking expression and development. Where there is no power, either developed or undeveloped, to do a thing, there is never any desire to do a thing. We talked a lot about this the last call about when you have a desire to do something, it's proof that you have everything in you to do it. If you have the desire to do something, it's proof that you have the power to do it. All things being equal, it is the best to select a business for which you have the best developed talent. But if you have a strong desire to engage in any particular line of work, you should select that work as the ultimate goal. Because you can do what you want to do, it is your right and privilege to follow the business or vocation which will be most congenial and pleasant. You can do whatever you want to do. Have that be the goal. If you're not a natural talent at it and you need to develop your skills, because if you really want something, you have the power to develop the skills. You might not have been born. If you want to be a cellist, you might not pop out like Yo-Yo Ma and be playing for the president at 7 years old. Okay. He is just amazing. But if you truly desire to play the cello or any other instrument, from your heart of hearts, you can develop the skill to do so. You could do whatever you desire if you truly desire it, not a dream from the outside, not something to prove yourself, to other people, but a true desire of your heart. Wallace D. Wattles is saying, if you have that, you have everything you need. You just might need to develop the talent. And you might have to do something in the interim on your way. Do what you got to do before you can do what you want to do. That was like me. I had to do what I had to do before I could do what I want to do. Work for other people, have jobs, go through the trainings, get hours, credentialed, all that sort of thing. But now it's so I can do what I want to do. Now I can do what I want to do. All right. Because you can do anything that you want to do, it's your right and privilege to follow the business or vocation that will be most congenial and pleasant. You are not obliged to do what you do not like to do and should not do it except as a means to bring you to your desired work, what I just said. You don't have to do anything that you don't like doing, except if it's a stepping stone to where you really want to be. And that's temporary. If there are past mistakes whose consequences have placed you in an undesirable business or environment, you may be obliged for some time to do what you do not like to do. This was my life story. You know what? I'm interested to see me read this. I did this whole book and the playlist is still here on my YouTube. I read this in like 2021 during a big transitional time. So it says, if there are past mistakes whose consequences have placed you in an undesirable business or environment, that was me, you may be obliged, you may for some time have to do work that you do not like to do. Yeah, that was the exact thing. I had to do what I had to do before I could get myself out. And there's no leapfrogging over that. If you have made mistakes, we all make mistakes. Don't try to justify them. Just say, you know what, I'm a big ding dong and yeah, I effed up. It's like a tidal wave. The wave crashed. It's hit. You can't take the wave back. The momentum was building and boom, you made a mistake. Just ride the wave. You got to wait for it, but it'll pass. It's not forever. It's not forever. Ride the wave, learn the lessons, make the amends, apologize to people. Some people won't forgive you. That's their business. If you're genuinely apologetic and sorry and take responsibility, accountability, and make amends, you've done your part. Genuinely, not like a half-baked apology. Like, I'm really sorry that you felt that way. It's like, no, I knew what I was doing. And I was not at my most elegant moment. I wasn't my most elegant self. And just take responsibility. And that's hard. That's cringy, man. But the faster you do that, the better off you'll be. It's just being honest with yourself. Okay. So if you made mistakes and you effed up and you find yourself in a place you don't like, you might have to do something you don't want to do, but it's temporary. Just know where you're going. Forgive yourself. Do the work. Okay, so you might have to do what you don't want to do for just a period of time, but you can make the doing of it pleasant by knowing that it is making it possible for you to come to your desired work. That's the truth. When I was working as a staff, therapist in a group practice, no, well, I don't know if I was a staff there. I don't know. I was doing the social media and stuff. It says you can make it as pleasant as you want. It was not what I wanted to do, but I wasn't miserable. I wasn't like, ah. I was so grateful for the opportunity. I was grateful that it was paying my bills, allowing me to build my business on the side and meet the people, not just my coworkers, but people that I worked with, right? Being in their network and just being really positive about where I was, even though it wasn't somewhere I wanted to stay or somewhere I wanted to be. That's where I was. And make the best of it. Have a positive mental attitude. Like my story of, remember when I was bartending and I had to wear the slip-proof shoes and I said, oh my God, if I have to buy one more pair of these stupid slip-proof shoes, blah, I had such a bad attitude. And I was like letting my shoes fall apart because I didn't want to invest because I said, I'm not going to be here for much longer. That was a bad attitude. The moment that I bought the brand new pair of shoes and the brand new expensive shirts, I was promoted out of there, It's just about energy and attitude. If we are resisting where we're at, we will stay there. It's like quicksand. If you feel stuck and suffocated and you're not happy with where you're at, know where you want to go. Protect yourself, have boundaries, all that stuff. Of course, you're in like a life and death dangerous situation, get yourself out. But I'm speaking generally to us everyday people who are just dealing with these existential issues of life and purpose and meaning, right? Not actual physical danger. But in our minds, it's like quicksand. If we are not where we want to be and then we resist it and we fight it, it pulls us deeper into that space. When we can accept, just breathe. Let your belly relax. This is where I'm at. These are my surroundings. This is my environment right here, right now. And what got me here? That's what got me this behavior, this choice. This got me here. Okay. Where do I want to go? First, how is this making me feel? And then how do I want to feel? And where do I want to go? Where do I see myself? And then just start working towards that. Accept where you're at. And you might have to do that every single day. It's not like a one and done. Like, I'm at peace with where I'm at. Now I'm moving on. It's like, no, every morning and every day you wake up, you're like, oh, right? And you might feel that. That's okay. But don't stay there. How are you going to get on the new level, the new floors emotionally? All right. So if you feel that you are not in the right vocation, do not act too hastily in trying to get into another one. The best way generally to change a business or an environment is by growth. Do not be afraid to make a sudden and radical change in the opportunity, if the opportunity presented, and if you, let me read that again. So don't be afraid to make a sudden and radical change if the opportunity is presented and if you feel, after careful consideration, that it is the right opportunity. But never take sudden or radical action when you are in doubt as to the wisdom of doing so. When in doubt, don't. I remember somebody said, "Oh, I don't like that advice." I could say in my life, when I'm in doubt, don't. Don't make a move when you don't know. And if you don't know, if someone's pressuring you to like make a decision and it doesn't feel right, the answer is no. There is never any hurry on the creative plane, and there is no lack of opportunity. When you get out of the competitive mind, you will understand that you never need to act hastily. No one else is going to beat you to the thing you want to do. There is enough for all. If one place is taken, another and a better one will be opened for you a little further on. There is plenty of time when you are in doubt. There is plenty of time, period. When you are in doubt, wait. Fall back on the contemplation of your vision and increase your faith and purpose. And by all means, in times of doubt and indecision, cultivate gratitude. We learn that. In times of doubt and indecision, cultivate gratitude. What are you grateful for? Gratitude is a very beautiful and abundant vibration. What are you grateful for right now? Look around. You listening to me right now? Look around. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for my coffee. This is my Starbucks cup. It's not disappearing in the green screen a little bit. I got my favorite order and then I came home and I was drinking it and it was strong because it's like blonde roast espresso, 3 shot or 4. I think I put it down to 3 shots because I have no business. I'm trying to wean off caffeine anyways. But then I added another coffee to it and I put it in a bigger mason jar with ice. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for my cell phone service, my computer, my microphone, my Wi-Fi, my YouTube channel, faith in myself, God, Jesus. I'm just so grateful. My sobriety. Oh, every day. I'm so grateful I'm sober. I literally, you know what's funny? Like, all you girls out there will get me. Like, well, I go pee a lot. I use the restroom a lot. TMI. But anyways, if you know me, you know that Carla knows where the restroom is everywhere she goes. But what was my point? Oh, like in moments of silence when you're just by yourself, like using the restroom and you're just like staring off, just like doing your business. Like I always think about things that I'm grateful for, like even if it's 2 seconds. Like I'm just so grateful for my sobriety. I'm just so grateful. And then I gotta go, right? Keep it on, moving on. But or in the shower, right? When you're on your own, because I would say even the shower is probably the time when when we don't have our phone in our hand and are scrolling. A lot of times I have my podcast playing or my music or my books, my audiobooks. But there's times where I won't take my phone in the bathroom and I'm just like, I just want to shower in the peace and quiet and the silence. And just listen to my thoughts. And just take a moment as I'm reading, like I'll sit outside and just under the sun and just take a moment to be silent and just drop down, feel your body and just breathe, hushing the mind, shh, and just listening, grounding. What are you hearing right now? Is it birds chirping, rustling in the bushes? What are you smelling? What do you feel on your body? Is it the sun on your skin, the wind, the chair underneath you? What are you tasting? I'm tasting my coffee right now. So what did we say? What are you seeing? Hearing, smelling. What are you smelling? Tasting, touching. That's a way to kind of ground in your body. You can do that anywhere. All right. See, I feel even calmer. Zen. Talking about that. Okay, so it says, by all means, in times of indecision and doubt, cultivate gratitude. What are you grateful for? A day or two spent in contemplating the vision of what you want and in earnest thanksgiving that you are getting it will bring your mind into such close relationship with the infinite that you will make no mistake when you do act. There is a mind which knows all there is to know. And if you have deep gratitude, you can come into close unity with this mind by faith and purpose to advance in life. Mistakes come from acting hastily, or from acting in fear or doubt, or in forgetfulness of the right motive, which is more life to all and less to none. Mistakes come from acting hastily, or from acting from fear. If that is not the truest statement, every decision, bad decision, negative decision, mistake I've ever made was total fear. Total fear. I did not have faith. Nope, no purse. And I don't hear, I mean, whatever. I'm probably not some prodigy. What is it? Not prodigy. Anomaly. I don't even know if that's a bad thing, but like, yeah, there's time I just have zero faith. And that's what I work on. Like I notice it and I admit it and I'm open, but like I always look at people like that are super faithful and they never question their faith. It's like, do you never question your faith or you just not tell people? Like, does that show weakness? I don't even care. How about that? I don't even care. All right, so mistakes come from acting hastily or from acting in fear or doubt or in forgetfulness of the right motive, which is more life to all and less to none. As you go on in the certain way, opportunities will come to you in increasing numbers. You will need to be very steady in your faith and purpose and to keep in close touch with the supreme power through reverent gratitude. I love that word, reverence. Reverence. Reverence and gratitude. Reverence is like a deep, like reverence. I don't know. I just see somebody bowing. Reverence. Do all that you can do in a perfect manner every day, but do it without haste, worry, or fear. Go as fast as you can, but never hurry. I remember Bob Proctor used to say, hurry, but don't haste. Hurry, but don't haste. Do all that you can do in a perfect manner every day, but do it without haste, worry, or fear. Go as fast as you can, but never hurry. Remember, or maybe he say go fast, but never hurry. I don't remember. Remember that in the moment you begin to hurry, you cease to be a creator and become a competitor. You drop back into the old plane again. I had to crack my back. So do all that you can do in the perfect manner, go fast as you can, but don't haste, don't hurry. Remember that in the moment you begin to hurry, you cease to be a creator and become a competitor. You drop back into the old plane again. Whenever you find yourself hurrying, stop. Fix your attention on the mental image of the thing you want and begin to give thanks that you are getting it. This exercise of gratitude will never fail to strengthen your faith and renew your purpose. So whenever you find yourself hurrying, worrying, in fear, stop. Drop and roll. Stop. Fix your attention on the mental image of the thing you want and begin to give thanks that you are getting it, that you're on your way. So whenever you're in fear, whenever you're in hurry, haste, worry, just stop. Take a breath. Think about what you want. Touch your goal card. Think about where you're headed. I remember when I was in junior college, I was by myself. I used to have to climb this hill every morning from the parking lot. And I just remember thinking, if I have to climb this hill one more time, I would rather eat glass. And it was just like the bane of my existence. But I remember like towards the end of the journey, like I was like, I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm going. I know like I'm getting educated, getting a degree, getting opportunities, going to move on in life. I won't be here forever. And that was like put into perspective of like, this is temporary. It's like starting high school. Like you're not gonna be in high school forever. If you're a freshman, like you only got 4 years. And like your kids growing up, they're not gonna be babies forever. They're gonna grow up and have their own lives. You'll always have hopefully a relationship with them, but it'll change. But they're not going to be babies and kids forever. You're not going to be changing diapers and feeding kids in a high chair forever. It's like there's always change. But when we are in a place of struggle or pain or discomfort, our brains don't understand, like we don't understand time, that this is temporary. It's not going to last forever. But that's when we have to stop, focus on where we're going, what we want, and give gratitude that we're taking the steps to get there, that it's already ours, that we do on some plane of existence. There's the version of ourself already living it. Well, at least that's what I believe, like the multiverse. All right. So whenever you find yourself hurrying, stop. Fix your attention on the mental image of the thing you want and begin to give thanks that you are getting it. This exercise of gratitude will never fail to strengthen your faith and renew your purpose. All right, y'all. That was part 2 of chapter 13. We will continue with chapter 14, the impression of increase, the next time, my friends. All right. I am going to do another video on my Course in Miracles. It has been a long time. I think we left off on, because I do a playlist of those too. What I do is I go through Kenneth Wapnick's workbook, A Journey Through the Workbook of A Course in Miracles. And I think we left on lesson 15. Or maybe it was lesson 17. I don't remember. Anyways, if you're into A Course in Miracles, it ain't for everybody. And I don't blame you. But it is my spiritual practice. It keeps me anchored. It is my sobriety, my emotional, my spiritual sobriety. This right here is thebomb.com. Anyways, if you're into the science of getting rich, Wallace D. Waddles, the playlists are below. If you're working through something, if you are sober curious, if you are personal development curious, if you are therapy curious, reach out. I have all of my information below, ways to work with me, either one-on-one, one-off sessions. You can book right now a session one-on-one with you and I, working on anything that you want to go through. And then I have packages, 4-session packages for knowing that you want to work on something like with EMDR, a deeper therapeutic modality. But I love EFT tapping, IFS, internal family systems, of course, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. And I just love helping people. Human design. Are you guys into human design? That changed my life. And it really gave me permission to unleash gifts that I always knew I had within me. It's like a permission slip to be yourself. If you haven't looked up your human design, it's free. You can look it up online. However, I have sessions where I guide you through and use all that I've learned over the past several years of human design. So you don't have to, because it's like a rabbit hole to end all rabbit holes. So if you wanted like a foundational reading of your chart and just show you where everything is, what it means, and how it can help you best express yourself. So I work with creators, people who want to be creators, people who want to put themselves out there, have a message, whether it be an author, a speaker, content creator, therapist, consultant, coach, those types of people who want to share their message and empower people. Those are the kind of people that I attract. So no matter where you're at on your journey, if you want more clarity in using powerful tools, whether they be therapeutic or more mystical and esoteric like human design, it's really powerful. And I just have a gift of reflecting people. I'm a reflector type in human design, so I just mirror you back to yourself. But not just that, I think what I really love and resonate with the most is we all have a life path or like a purpose. There's 192 incarnation crosses, they call it. Is it 192? Yeah, 192 different possible life purposes or life themes for our life, and they can express many different ways. But mine is in what they call the G center, the personality center. And there's only 2 incarnation crosses there. One of them is the vessel of love, which I know many vessels of love. I attract vessels of love. And then the other one is the right angle cross of the Sphinx. The right angle cross of the Sphinx. And the Sphinx, which that's me, I show direction. I help people get clarity and direction in their lives. And I always knew that that was a gift I had, especially with therapy and helping people, whatever. Like, I don't really help people. I just show them, they do it themselves. And they're like, Carly, you're amazing. I'm like, I did nothing. Like, you're the one that did it. But we have to put ourselves in situations that help us come to those realizations. I'm a great listener. There's the listening gate, I think, a storytelling gate in mine. But yeah, it really confirmed who I am, what I'm designed to do. I don't have to live by it. Like human design is in no way like predictory of what your life will be. It's just saying, hey, this is your blueprint. If you follow your blueprint, like on your path, life will be easy and you can unlock this, this, and this, but you don't have to do anything. Like, doesn't have really strict rules. It's just the way you express your energy. So, anyways, I have a whole video on that. I'll try to link it here for human design basic, like 101. But I use that in my therapeutic practice and I offer, there's like a formula that I figured out because certain gates in your body graph, they call it, gate activations, meaning like where the planets were when you were born, the energy, the vibration of the universe, the moment you were born and you were imprinted with these energies, these gifts, gate activations, as they say. I totally lost my train of thought. It'll pop up like toast. Oh, a formula of like, is it your Mercury gate? How you communicate? How is it communication and like thinking? How you think and communicate? Yeah, your personality Mercury, communication and thinking, and then there's the design Mercury. Anyways, depending on where they're at, it helps you. Like I said, the people that I work with have a message to share. They want to be seen, they want to be heard. And so when we look at the unique gifts and gates and the energies that are in your unique body graph, it can help you with branding. I help people with branding and I help people with strategy, like marketing strategy, social media strategy, how to show up best according to yours. And then there is also like human design, Richard Rudd, who started with human design, I believe, and then he broke off into the Gene Keys. I love the Gene Keys. He's so poetic. I love him. And he's so generous with his material. And I've took a couple of the courses and they're so affordable. They're really great. But the Gene Keys, they say like your prosperity sequence. Is that what it is? Your prosperity pearl. I know how to do that. It's like where your Jupiter is, that expands your abundance. So working with that gift for sure can expand and bring prosperity in all areas of your life. Romance, love and relationships, money, career and purpose, health and wellness. So when we work with our design, it helps us. When we work against it, that's when we're like not, doing it's like the whole Einstein quote. If you tell a fish to climb a tree, it's going to feel like an idiot, but if you put it in water, it'll swim. Like squirrels and monkeys can climb trees. They're living in their element. They're living their design, but fish do not climb trees. You know what I'm saying? So if you are the fish trying to climb a tree because you are not trying to live your design, you're trying to live like another design. And I did that for so long because there's like 5 different energy types: generators, manifesting generators. What is popping up on my screen? Generators, manifesting generators, projectors, manifestors, and reflectors. And again, I'll put the video, the basic like human design 101. But if you're interested in that, let me know. We can have a session together. I'm actually going to do a course that you can watch because I had one-on-one sessions with people where I would go through it with them and I can help so many more people. You can just get the course and I walk you through it with different videos and you can put your own stuff in and use ChatGPT. It's fantastic. And then you can upgrade and have a one-on-one session with me where I'll walk you through it and then you'll have lifetime access to the course. I'm excited. So many things. Anyways, I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend, a holiday weekend here in the States. I will be at Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. My family just left today. It's my mom's birthday, a big milestone birthday. And I've shared my story before about my parents meeting at Disneyland, all that stuff back in the 70s. And it's been a big part of our life and our family. Disneyland holds a special place in our heart. So my parents have like a timeshare there. And so they went with all the grandkids today. I packed them up, loaded them up. Bye, Felicia's. But I'm going to go tomorrow. We're going to be at Disneyland Park, I think, or California Adventure. I don't know which one. Or we're going to have pool days just at the hotel, just relaxing, maxing, and relaxing. I don't know which days we're going to be where, but I'll be popping in and making cameos because I still got to work. And plus, big parks like that aren't my jam. I mean, I gotta like stretch for that. And I need to know that I have a bed to sleep in. Like if I need to sneak off to the hotel or the lounge or something and like I'll go to the emergency aid and sleep in the cot or something. Because mama can't handle 16-hour days. Anyways, that's going to be fun. Watch out for content on my socials for that. TikTok, Instagram. I think all the stuff I put on Instagram goes to Facebook. Anyways, I'm just rambling. but I love to do this. So I hope you're having a beautiful weekend. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time.